All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello. We're back live again. This time with Splatoon 3, which is doing a rerun Splatfest. By the way, those are completely fucking pointless, and there is no reason that Nintendo should not be making new Splatfests if they're going to insist on not bringing out a new game. Or they could just bring out a new game, I'm sure. But, you know, if they're going to insist on keeping Splatoon 3 as the active game, they should be making new fucking Splatfests, not rerunning old ones. Anyway, we're about to play it. I'm going to chill the stream for a second. Yeah, and we're just going to enjoy some Splatoon. We're going to try to relax and just splat some squiddos. So that's what we're doing. I was playing Donkey Kong a little while ago, trying to do the DK challenge, until I realized it's bullshit, and you have to be a master gamer, like one of the best in the world, to beat that fucking DK challenge. You have to be a true fucking DK master. And so, yeah, I can't do it. I'm not going to be able to. Which sucks. If they do another challenge, let me tell you, if they do another challenge after the DK challenge, they need to make it much easier, because the DK challenge is bullshit. Huh. Yeah, so anyway, let me just share the stream around real quick, and then we'll get started. What? Okay, give me a sec then. That's probably because I restarted my router because the internet crapped out on me. Momoy's expression is perfect here. Alright, deep cut, yeah. I need to finish Raiders. People beat it in like 2 days as usual. That's bullshit. I need to finish the game now. It's one of my least favorite things about gaming is assholes beating the games in 2 days, and then you're suddenly behind if you're trying to play the game at a reasonable pace. I picked beach because I would most like to reserve a beach for the day and just chill out on it, you know? I think beach won last time. More people seem to have picked Palace this time. Oh, I just realized why Fry actually looks good in Raiders. Yeah, her hair is quite significantly different in Raiders. It covers more of that forehead. She looks like halfway bald in this one, but she looks way better in Raiders when her hair's not tied like that. And yeah, it's way better. I want that jacket, so after I'm done with the stream, I'll probably grind some Salmon Run. I might already have the jacket for all I know. This game's been out long enough that I probably do, but wow, neat. Look at the decorations. Oh, Merch is wearing a party hat. Who would scrub a Splatfest tee? That doesn't make any sense. That's a waste of points. Because you never get to keep the Splatfest tee. Which is also stupid, by the way. You should absolutely get to keep your fucking Splatfest tea. There's no reason for them to not let you have it. Oh, shiver, baby. Alright, get out of the way, Fry. I want to see Big Man. Yeah, there's my board, Big Man. Oh, shiver, baby, baby. Oh, yeah. Shiver, baby, baby. That's cute. Nice. Give them a fresh. There you go. Samantha. That's great. Watch Interstellar. Do not watch Interstellar. That movie is depressing as fuck. Why would you ever watch that? It's like one of the worst movies I've ever seen because of how fucking depressing it is. I actually loved it the first time I watched it, but I was young enough to not realize how fucking horrible it is. Yeah, never watch that movie. Never watch that movie. I mean, just look at how much better this tea looks compared to the other two. It's clearly the right choice. Why would you wear the yellow Palace tea so that your ink can look like pee-pee? That's... why? Why would you want that? Alright, cute Miku drawing. You're on the wrong team, but I'm going to give you a pass. Give you a fresh there. As long as you're not on Fry's team, you're on an acceptable team though. Alright, let's see. Oh, bull fucking shit. That's so stupid. That the countdown for your temporary ban if you get disconnected, even if it's completely by accident, by the way, your disconnection countdown only starts when you next try to connect. That's so stupid. It should happen in real time, not the next time you try to reconnect. That's insane. Example number 9,333 of Nintendo having awful online. Still, they are not as bad as Soini. I'm sure you've all heard about how they botched Marvel Tokon Souls on PC. And I guarantee you they did it on purpose. Like, I guarantee you they did it on purpose. They're going to take their sweet time fixing it because they want you to buy a Gay Station 5. And they don't care. They're a bunch of jerks. Soini is just not good. And they don't make good games anymore. And they're not going to let us have physical discs if we want to play PS6 games. So, of course, my solution is I don't need to play any fucking PlayStation 6 games. Because even PS5 sucks. Why would I want PS6? There's no reason to play your high graphics games on anything other than a PC. Just play PC. There's no reason to have a Sony or Microsoft console anymore. It's just stupid. It's pure nostalgic fanboyism that anyone still has that shit. Can I play yet? Oh, I was only able to fill 3 minutes of time with that mini rant. Oh my god. Alright, let's pick what weapon we're going to use. Will this Splatana be good? Let's give it a try. So this one always does a vertical slice. Oh, maybe they all do that. I think they all do that. Okay, yeah. I don't get the hate for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I feel like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are reasonably competent games. Yes, maybe the art style leaves something to be desired. That's like, okay, fine. But it's not that bad, and I believe the character designs were all intact. I don't think they changed any character designs. They offered some new outfits for the protagonist, which is good. You don't have to wear the same damn outfit the entire game. Okay, so that's really good. You have options. And the original Diamond and Pearl had fundamentally broken features. Like, there were tons of post-game features that didn't work because they rushed the game out the door. So you couldn't, like, catch Darkrai or Arceus or any of that fun stuff in the post-game. In the original version of those games. People tend to forget about that. Granted, part of it is that some of the old-school Pokemon tropes don't hold up as well in modern day. Like, for instance, having to have HM slaves, right? That is kind of lame and always has been. And they could have maybe changed that aspect of the game in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. But they did not, so okay, that's a fair criticism. I could see that being... That's a legit criticism, but I think, honestly, it's a good, faithful remake of the original. So what if you think the chibis look a little silly or whatever? Like, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It's just an art style. Who cares? It's not... Like, I mean, yes, it does, in certain cutscenes it feels off. Like, I'll give them that. Like, when people are discussing some real serious shit. But, like, what are you going to do? Convert it into an open world and try and use the Scarlet and Violet art style? Like, no, that wouldn't work. It would not even be a remake at that point. It would be a completely different game, so... I just don't know what people wanted out of that remake that they didn't get. I think they were rather competent remakes for the most part. Yeah, they shipped with a few bugs. I do recall that being a thing. But I played through the games. I had no issues. I had a good time reliving the old school Pokemon adventure from when I was a kid. I thought it was fine. Like, I beat the game. I did some of the post-game, not all of it. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Like, it's not the most polished Pokemon game out there, sure, but it's fine. Alright, now I've filled almost 10 minutes. All I had to do was start ranting about Pokemon. So yeah, this has been 10 minutes of me ranting about bullshit because I got temporarily banned from online for rage quitting. Look, I know they have to do something to keep people from disconnecting. But it used to be the game would know if you disconnected intentionally or not. Like, for example, you would get penalized in Metroid Prime Hunters for the DS if you disconnected on purpose by, like, turning off your game or removing the cartridge or something like that. Then it would give you a penalty. But if it was just a disconnection, like a communication error, your Wi-Fi gave out, something like that, guess what? Then it would not penalize you. So if they had the technology to make that distinction on the DS, back before 2010, people, if they had the technology to make the distinction that far back, they certainly could do the same for Splatoon in the year of our Lord 2020 freaking 6. Alright, let's finally fucking play. And man, don't even get me started on how badly we need Splatoon 4. Like, dude, I don't want to keep playing Splatoon Splatfest that we've already played. Like, it's obnoxious. It's obnoxious. I want to see new freaking Splatfest, not just the same ones we've played already. I want new questions, new options. That's not even hard to do. It's really not. It's not that hard to do. All you have to do is come up with something for us to fight over. You know, do some art assets. And that's all. That's all you really have to do. Oh, and write some dialogue. You have to write some matching dialogue too. But that's not hard. That's really not hard. I write dialogue in my sleep. Wow, at least the ink pattern looks really cool, though. I'll say that. It's got like an ocean pattern kind of thing going on. I like it when they do something special with the ink pattern. That's always fun. Alright, anytime I try out a new weapon, it always takes me a little bit of getting used to it. I like that guy's name. It's just a squid. It's a little picture of a squid in ASCII art. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, let's go. Oh, fuck you. Splatoon 4 needs to have a proper HP bar for the player like they added in Raiders. And Splatoon 4 needs to be announced at Nintendo Direct next month, honestly. The September Direct better be soon. It better be like no later than the 12th of September. And it better kick ass. Like, I am so tired of hearing nothing from Nintendo. Oh, you gotta use the Nintendo Today app. Not when you spoil your fucking games on it, assholes. I need to officially uninstall that app too. I never did uninstall it fully, but I need to because I'm not going to continue using an app that just spoils games that I want to play. That's just stupid. Here's another thing I don't like about video games. I don't like how it's really hard to know if you're going to like a video game before you buy it. And fewer games these days actually have a playable demo. It used to be almost every game would get a playable demo. Like back on the PS3, basically everything that came out would get a playable demo you could download to try the game out. Why do they not do that anymore? Well, I know part of the reason is that games these days often just suck. But they should bring out a playable demo for pretty much every damn game like they did back in the day. Let me try out the game to see if I'll enjoy it and or if I can play it, 'cause some games are too hard for me. Like for example, Rhythm Heaven Groove is too hard for me. Oh, it had a demo, though. It did have a demo. To the credit of Nintendo, they did have a demo, and I did not play it. I impulse bought. That was stupid on my part, and that was a mistake on my part. Although, I still don't fully regret the purchase, because it's got good multiplayer. The multiplayer is really fun, so it's going to be just one of those games that I never touch the single player, and I just play the multiplayer only. I just don't get to hang out with people nearly as much as I used to, so it's a bit hard to play that multiplayer. I gave myself a sad. Alright, looks like a skirmish exhibition match between two teams on the same side. Fair enough, let's go then. Oh god, yeah! Let's go! I just came up with a really good idea. I'm gonna walk in for a second, then I'll tell you guys. Okay, so my idea was, what if anytime you got splatted, the microphone activated for a couple seconds to record your reaction, and the other players could hear it? Wouldn't that be hilarious? I would love that. I would love that. It would be like an optional feature, and, you know, you could have it off if you want to protect your kids from bad words or whatever. And yeah, that would be a good idea. That would be really funny. So you could just, like, hear the other players every time you splat them. Hear them, like, hear what they have to say to you. You know? It would often just be something really mean. But it would be hilarious. I would love it. It would really be funny. I think that's a great idea. I think some company should do something like that. Oh god, they threw that barrier up in exactly the wrong place. All right, let's see the results. Man, that was close. Just barely lost that one. I'm still getting used to the weapon. That's going to be a factor. Earlier, I was updating Blue Archive. Man, that game is getting roasted in the reviews right now because they changed the gacha system and made it probably a little bit worse. It's honestly not that much worse, but people are freaking out about it. I think people are overreacting. I think people are reacting more strongly than they need to. I don't feel like the new system is that bad. It's a little worse. It's a little worse, but it's not horribly worse. It's okay. I think it's definitely an overreaction by the fan base. Like, the Blue Archive fan base, man, is very fickle, man. They are, they will nitpick. They will nitpick like crazy. And I'm like, y'all are a little extreme. Like, they're allowed to make changes to the game. What I wish they would stop doing is I wish they would stop adding more students. They don't need to be doing that. Every time they add a new student, the game gets harder. Because it's impossible to keep everyone leveled up. Oh boy, I could make an entire video on that. That grinds my gears. Like, stop adding so many new students. It's like every event we have to learn new students' names, new students' personalities. We don't need this many goddamn characters, man. Especially when we have to pay to unlock them, or whatever. So I guess I do somewhat understand the outrage at the changing of the gacha system, because it does make it just a little bit harder to unlock those new hot characters. But, you know, I still think it is a bit of an overreaction, because, like, when it comes down to it, gacha games are bullshit. Like, they just are. And you just have to deal with the bullshit if you want to play a gacha game. What I recommend to people is don't play gacha games. But, you know, I play the one. I play Blue Archive. It's worth it for me because the story is awesome. It makes me laugh. It's really funny. And the serious stories are really peak. But, like, fuck! Oh! Yeah, some people just take the game a little too seriously, though. I guess it is what it is. Some people, like, don't have lives. Dude, sweet. Alright, another pretty close one. Oh! Agonizing! Oh man, I almost had it, bro. I didn't know you could get earrings now in Splatoon 3. I don't think I ever got any of those. Interesting. I know you can give your character earrings in Raiders if you want to. It just depends on which outfit you equip. Damn it, dude. God fucking damn it, he blended into the ink. I didn't see him coming. That's the thing. Actually, there is a bit of a game imbalance in the form of the colors because some colors, like that dark blue, camouflage insanely well. And you really can have people sneak up on you much more easily with them. However, most of the color combos are pretty balanced. It's just a few of them, like this one, are not quite. Damn you! What does baby love mean anyway? I guess you might be pregnant. If you are, congratulations. Ah, got you back. There we go. There we go. Alright, come on, let's... Oh, fuck! Are you kidding me? Alright, you know what helps sometimes? Sometimes you get really lopsided matchups. The matchmaking is not very good. Sometimes what you gotta do... is just stop, back out, and then re-roll with a brand new crew. Here, actually, let's switch over to Pro. Let's do a little bit of Pro. Sometimes you just gotta mix it up and get a new lobby, you know? starting to get a little hungry. If I get too hungry, I might have to call the stream and go ahead and eat something. Or go to bed, one or the other. Not fucking damn. Okay. Good. Yes. Real fizz bang. Thank you. Fuck! Alright, we're doing okay. I'm probably not even playing my best because of the hunger, because it's actually pretty bad. I didn't even notice it though until like 5 minutes ago, but yeah, I am actually super hungry. Give me a break, dude. Oh, he finally broke through and then he didn't get any ink down. Damn it. We're also not doing a good job of inking our base. Oh no, that's bad. It doesn't help that this stage sucks for the grenade I have equipped. This is not a good stage to be using the curling bomb on. I'm getting very annoyed with this. I am not having much fun. This is stupid. Why am I losing so much? Oh! Oh, wait, we won. Good. Another thing I've been thinking about, are they going to do another Smash Brothers game? They really need to tell us one way or the other, and soon. It's what we want and need to know. Are you going to make more Smash or not? If it's in the pipeline, tell us. If it's not in the pipeline, tell us. We need to know one way or another. Like this limbo of not knowing whether there's going to be more Smash or not. That's not acceptable. Like, we need to know. I'm just generally sick of Nintendo not telling us anything, man. It's crazy. Why don't they just give us something? It's okay if you don't want to make more Smash, but tell us. If we're not making more Smash, tell us you're not making more Smash. I would kind of like more Smash if they do a much better job than Ultimate, because Ultimate sucks, besides for competitive, and I hate competitive. But like, yeah, I just want to know. I'm fine if they don't want to make another game. I'm fine if they do want to make another game, but if they do make another game, it has to have fun party modes. It has to. Ultimate did not cut it in terms of having a variety of modes to play. It did not. All you can do is play competitive fights. That's it. And of course, the shitty single player that nobody likes. Like, the time and resources they spent on the stupid, shitty story mode could have gone towards all kinds of fun alternate gameplay modes. Nobody's playing Smash Brothers for single player, dude. Like, come on. Man, I'm on fire tonight, man. Hot takes coming out my ears. And yet no one's watching right now because it's a Splatfest rerun. So there's no hype around it. Nintendo, bring out Splatoon 4. We need new original Splatfest. Alright, wow, communication errors occurred. Great. Okay. Well, then. Alright, hang on. Just check up on the stream health. Okay, the stream's doing good. We're at 50 minutes here. Okay. And what rank am I now? Alright, Beach Fiend. I should probably just get up until the next rank. God fucking damn. There we go. That's more like it. There we go. Oh, I spoke too soon. Another thing I really want is an option to play longer matches, because I really hate that every match has to just be only 3 minutes long. It can make it feel a little unsatisfying. I'd rather have the option to play some 5-minute matches here and there. Plus, the 3-minute matches make it so you can never hear the full song. Did you know that? You never hear the full song unless you listen to it on Nintendo Music. Yeah, that's for real. Because they cut in with the stupid 1 minute left song at 2 minutes. You hear like half the song. For real. You literally have to go on Nintendo Music if you want to hear the rest of the song. Fudge me. Also, why does that thing turn all the ink into gray? I don't understand why it needs to do that. Maybe it would be underpowered without that. It might be a balancing thing, I guess. Ooh, I think we got it. Yeah, there we go. That's much more like it. Ooh, baby. Oh, yeah. Here's something I wonder about. I wonder if there's a place to advertise streams where you don't have to pay money to do so. And where it's not against some stupid terms of service. Yeah, I wonder about that. People are greedy, they want you to fucking pay to advertise, but it's like, if everyone has to pay to advertise, guess what? Nobody can grow. Nobody who's on the smaller side can grow. Which is a fucking trend, alright. So sick of much bigger channels constantly eating my lunch. All because they can afford a nicer VTuber model. two people playing on the other team have matching names, it looks like. So they must know each other. That's another thing. You are disadvantaged in Splatoon if you don't play with people you already know. Nobody wants to keep playing a stale game, though, so it's like... A lot of my friends have moved on to other games, and it's like... Can we get Splatoon 4 already? God fucking damn. Jesus Christ! My luck is not great tonight. I am also playing a Splatana. Like, I'm kind of holding myself back by playing a Splatana, honestly, but I prefer leveling up weapons that are not leveled up already. So I don't really necessarily care as much if I'm nerfing myself. Because it makes me a better player in the long run when I force myself to try weapons I'm not as familiar with. I could just equip the trash can and kill everybody, but like, what would be the point, you know? I like to try to force myself to get good instead of relying on, you know, really good weapons and stuff. Fuck your goddamn shit! I hate it when people with long-range shooter weapons just go ahead and, oh, let me pester you from behind and shoot you in the back. What a fucking pussy! Let me at least have time to turn the fuck around and fight you, asshole! And that's a lose. Of course it's a lose. God fucking damn, bro. Like, I cannot get passionate about a goddamn Splatfest when it's a goddamn rerun. And oftentimes the questions are, like, not as good as they used to be, too. That's another problem. Sometimes the questions just suck. Like, this current question is, what would you rent out for a day? That's kind of a stupid question because no one in the real world can ever afford to rent out anything for a day. It's a complete fantasy question. So it's a little dumb. Most people can't afford to rent their own fucking housing for a day. There needs to be a strict limit on how many fucking goddamn properties people can own, man. That's the biggest problem there. Like, no one should be allowed to own 200 homes and then just keep them for no reason and not even use them. It's ridiculous. And I see poor people defend shit like this, too. They, like, defend this absolute unregulated bullshit when it's what's making their lives fucking miserable. And I'm like, bro, your life fucking sucks because of this shit, explicitly. And you're gonna continue to defend these people that fucking have ruined your life. These people and these ideologies that have ruined your life. And it's all because of this stupid fucking illusion of, like, Democrats versus Republicans, you know? It's all bullshit. Like, it does not fucking matter. They just have people arguing over the stupidest non-issues when the real issues are, like, right in front of us and easily solvable, and no one will solve them. Oh, fuck me. At least I escaped. Or so I thought. That's another thing. They gotta fix the goddamn reload system. Always having to reload by using your own ink is bullshit. You should have a limited amount of auto reloads. You press a button to reload like in a normal fucking shooter. Nintendo's too up their own self, trying to, hold on, painting my face because no one else will. They're too up themselves in terms of having to do everything their own way and not copy anyone else. No, sometimes you need to fucking copy the competition. Sometimes that's the right thing to do. When the competition is doing something right and you're not, you need to take some notes. You need to take some notes and you need to copy some of what they're doing. I really liked the adventure I went on the other day. Let me tell you about that. Yeah, so I went to go see Kimi no Nawa, also known as Your Name. Rather good movie. Not quite as good as I remembered because there are a lot of plot holes and stuff. But I went to go see that movie at a theater far away from my house on the other side of town. And, fuck yeah, double kill. I'll take it. Yeah, I went to the other side of town, watched the movie. Decent theater. I was alright with it. They didn't have recliners, but they had comfy seats, so it's fine. I did go to one place also recently that had non-reclining seats that were not as comfy, and that wasn't good, but yeah, they had comfortable non-reclining seats. And I watched the movie. I went to go eat afterwards. The first place that I tried was actually their kitchen closed an hour before the actual restaurant closed. And I hate it when they do that, by the way. That's really annoying. But I understand, though. It's a tough job. I do understand. But, you know, I go to another place. I end up having a really, really good, enjoyable meal. So it was a fun time. It was a good little adventure. I had a good meal. The movie was pretty good. Had a nice vibe. That part of town I really like. It's a nice part of town. It's like high Asian population over there. A lot of Korean people in that particular neck of the woods. So sometimes I like to call it like Big Korea Town. And that's respectfully. That's respectfully because I appreciate that, like, it's an area with different culture than the area that I'm from. Alright, well, one more match, I think, and then we're going to probably... one or two more matches, and then we're probably going to call it. Because I don't feel compelled to grind this Splatfest too much, given that it's just a fucking rerun. I hate the way Nintendo's fake supporting this game, you know, with rerun Splatfest and... you know, keeping the servers online, but not much else. At least they are keeping the servers online, you know. At least it's not peer-to-peer bullshit. I hate that peer-to-peer bullshit. They need a server for fucking Animal Crossing, though. It is so insanely stupid that Animal Crossing is only peer-to-peer. Sayuri. That's a sexy name. Sayuri is a sexy name. I really like the name Sayuri. If I ever have a daughter, maybe I should name her that, and she'll grow up to be a beautiful woman. And yes, I'm allowed to name my daughter a Japanese name because I'm part of the Japanese. And I speak the language, so yeah. However, lately I'm facing a dilemma because, like, no one's watching this stream, so I guess it's safe to say I'm talking to somebody, and haven't asked her yet if she ever wants to have kids, but she might, for all I know. But I kind of don't, you know, because I feel like the world is being taken over by fucking AI, and it's going to take away all the jobs, and it's going to be very, very difficult to live in the future. Which we're already in the future, and it sucks. It sucks out here. It's a real fucking harsh world that's being taken over by robots. And it's like, I feel like perhaps longer term I might be a happier person if I have a daughter. But then there's also the risk of, if I have a son, I will be a much more miserable person, because a son is not going to have a chance in the future. Really. Because it is a female-controlled future, and I don't feel like a boy born today has much of a chance. I don't know, there's a lot of dilemmas there. I lean towards not having kids ever. But I can't say that with 100% certainty either, you know? Especially because there's always the chance that you just accidentally get your wife pregnant, you know? Like, that can happen too. That can happen too, that happens often. So, I don't know. I'm sure it would be at least another year before I were even in a position to consider it, right? Nice. I put up a good performance. If we don't win, that is on the other teammates. Hell to the yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, nice job, team. Y'all are great. Alright, nice. That was so good, I will try playing again and hopefully I get the same teammates. Let's see. Maybe not. It might just roll me a brand new team, but we'll see. Let's talk about some more positive stuff. On the more positive side, we did just get Splatoon Raiders, and Splatoon Raiders kick some ass. It's pretty damn good. Like, it's so good that even Yahtzee gave it a positive review. And, yeah, honestly, it's pretty solid. I would say it's a bit too long. I would prefer if it was a little bit shorter. And that's another thing that I definitely have in common with Yahtzee Sensei is, yeah, both of us do not like overly long games, and that's something I appreciate about him, is that, like me, he thinks that games shouldn't be too long, which, yeah, could not agree more. I like finishing a game in a reasonable time frame and then moving on to the next one. I don't need to spend a million years beating one game. I don't think that's reasonable. Alright, hang on, lock it in. There we go. Come on. Shit. I tried. Ah! You know what I would really like to see? I would really like to see all the secret data that Nintendo no doubt has about their players, you know? Like, my secret Splatoon stats that I'm sure they'll never let me actually see. Like, how good of a Splatoon player am I actually? I guarantee there are, like, secret algorithms that Nintendo has that, like, ranks and profiles the gamers. They definitely, like, they definitely track more data on us than they want us to believe. Their profile on me probably notes that I'm a very loyal customer. It probably also notes that I'm not one of their better players. But that I'm at least okay at their games because I can clear most of them within a decent time frame. Ah, crap. I was getting hit, but I was not getting splat. Okay, let me just charge in across the board here. Alright, that did some decent groundwork. Because remember, it's not about the kills, it's about getting the turfing. That is the main thing here. Hell yes! Splats do help with that, though. Nice. Alright, 2 wins in a row is a good point to call it at. Let's go ahead and call it a stream. I don't think I want to grind enough to get 500 points and go to that much higher of a splat level. So I'm going to stop it there. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. This was a good one, man. I riffed on a lot of things here. So, honestly, this is a good one for people to watch, even retroactively. This is one you can go back to and watch, so... I pity the fool who did not tune in. Alright, well, one day this video will have like 1,000 views and people will be like, yeah, this guy is cool. I can't believe I didn't discover him sooner. He deserves a lot more subscribers. So hey, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And catch my regular live streams. Because I do them often. Alright guys. You take care of yourselves. Have a good night. Or good day, depending on when you watch this.